Hey guys, what's going on? Printing Profits back with another video. And today we'll be talking about the TTM Squeeze and how I use it to predict big movements in stocks before it happens. But before I get into that, I'd just like to ask you guys, if you haven't already, feel free to smash that like button and subscribe. I'm a new channel, and I'll be looking to add a lot of new content to my channel, which I hope is of benefit to you and will help you print some profits in the future. But without further ado, let's get into it. So what the TTM Squeeze is, it's basically a momentum indicator, but it also can predict large moves in the market. So TTM Squeeze is a little bit similar to the MACD, which is a popular indicator where it shows momentum. So you can see how when the stock is uptrending, it has this peak formation in the light green color, and then when the stock is downtrending, it goes to dark green, comes down, and then this would show a point of downtrending when it goes below the zero line and shows a downward peak, and then would show a reversal. Okay, so what's special to me about the TTM Squeeze, and which is why I use it, is that it can predict big moves in the stock during points of consolidation. So what you can see here on these 5 red dots is what is called the squeeze, which is what makes the TTM Squeeze, its unique indicator. And so basically what this squeeze indicates is it indicates a point of consolidation or a relative point in period of time with low volatility. And so when you have a point of period of time where the volatility is abnormally low, or the stock is sort of consolidated, flatlining, the stock is eventually going to have to break out, which indicates that when this squeeze forms, it shows that the stock will potentially fire off in a certain direction. The TTM Squeeze leaves it up to you to determine which way it will fire off, but it will help predict these big moves. So, for example, on Apple on the 1-day chart, we see the TTM Squeeze forming a squeeze, okay? And you can see here on the chart, we have it in a period of consolidation. So during this period of time, you can go play it one of two ways. You can wait for the squeeze to fire off. So we see here when it turns from red to green, okay? We see that it has a nice rally to the upside, okay? But you can play this one in two ways. You can wait for it to fire off and then enter positions on the fire or on the pop of the squeeze, okay? Or you can continually build up your position in the direction in which you feel that the squeeze is going to play out. So the way I would have played this is I would have probably been playing looking at Apple calls, right? Because you can see here on the stochastics as well as the TTM Squeeze itself that the stock has sort of hit a bottom. It's a little bit oversold and is consolidating, and when stocks are a little bit oversold, typically you see them make a rally back up. So seeing that the stochastics are oversold and that the TTM Squeeze is forming an uptrend, okay, I would continually be adding Apple calls on a longer position in this squeeze. So by the time it fires off, you are already in a position and are profiting from this increased volatility. Because not only when the stock itself increases in price do you gain increased premium on your contracts, but increased volatility within the stock might also increase implied volatility within your contract, thus increasing your profit. So the TTM Squeeze is something that you can use both on larger timeframes as well as smaller timeframes. So let me go into the Apple intraday chart. And we see here there was a good squeeze that occurred here. Okay. We see that right in this position right here, we see the squeeze formed on Apple. Okay. We see that Apple has been pushing up and is holding strong above the VWAP. So this purple line here is the VWAP. When a stock on the intraday chart is holding above VWAP, I typically consider this bullish. Okay. So we see a bit consolidated, as most of the stocks were within the morning last Friday. So we see it flatlining, okay? And we see it holding above VWAP, testing the 200 moving average, which is typically a big resistance for stocks. And so I see it initially in this point of consolidation, testing the 50 and 21 EMA, break above, hold above it, and press against the 200 EMA as well. And so seeing how the stochastics is pushing up in an uptrend, as well as the stock itself and the price action giving me bullish indicators, I could see that the TTM Squeeze is forming and enter a predictive position that the stock would go up. So what I would have done here, if I were to play this, is I would enter a position long on Apple once I see this TTM squeeze forming because it's showing bullish trends, and I would look to see if it could break this 200 moving average. If it couldn't break it and push back below the 21 or 50 EMA, then that'd be a tight stop, so I wouldn't be risking too much. But if it's able to break out and then break out above high of day, then that would be a large profit potential. So we see it break out of this 200 moving average, go up, test high of day, and then break out of high of day. And that there is a $3 move on Apple, which would have been very lucrative. At the same period of time, we could see that as Apple broke out, the TTM squeeze itself is uptrending. And you can get a sell indicator once this peaks out and turns from the light green to the dark green, as well as seeing that stochastics and RSI are topped out. Again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask me in the comments. And if you haven't already, check out my new Twitter account. I do some free technical analysis, which has been good on finding plays intraday. And I hope it's just helpful for introducing people to the world of technical analysis on stocks that might be new to trading or are trying to develop their skill. Anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video today, and I will be continually uploading new videos on multiple trading strategies and indicators to use in the future. Have a good one, guys, and I hope next week you're able to print some profits.